Guys, so I'm going to show you how to write your paragraphs for your display board for the problem part of the display. So I know I'm going to use ACIT. So if I scroll down here, this is not new information. You guys have written this style of paragraph over and over again. So this will kind of be a review and it will be a very quick video. So the first is my assertion. So let's say that I'm writing about the causes. So I'm just going to ask myself, well, what are the major causes of, if my problem is student dropouts? I would hopefully have this question already answered from the research that I did last week. So let's pretend that I went to my note chunk and I found this information and now I have my answer. So I wrote my assertion here. The major causes of student dropouts include the school's failure to intervene or get involved when a student is struggling academically or socially in school. Okay, so that is my thinking. It uses information from the research that I did, but again, this is straight from my brain. The next is context. So my audience that is viewing my project, they might not know very much about what I'm writing about. So I need to give them some background information so that they're up to speed. So here's my context sentence. Last year in Colorado, there were more than 10,000 students who did not finish high school or earn their GED reported to the Colorado Department of Education. Okay, so again, this is in my own words. I provided them like a time frame of last year. I gave them a little bit of data to let them know how big the problem is, and also a place, like this is happening in Colorado specifically. I also kind of defined what school dropouts means, or what student dropouts mean, by saying like it's someone who doesn't finish high school or earn their GED. So I kind of clarified what that is and gave them multiple pieces of context about the problem. All right, now I go to my evidence. So I grabbed this quote and I'll add it up here. For evidence, you want to use a little sentence stem according to the article. And then you'll see here is my really big piece of evidence, and then I also put the paragraph number at the bottom. So the evidence I chose was there's often a tipping point that brings them to the edge, a bullying incident, feeling hopeless academically, like in math, a suspension or expulsion, some kind of social problem that gets out of hand, or multiple moves to multiple schools when they finally decide it's not worth trying to adjust. So this came from an article. I have the article title here, and it's from the National Education Association, so it's a very valid source. And now I need to write my two interpretation sentences, which I have right here. Again, I'm using keyword analysis when I do this, so I am taking part of the quote. So I took the tipping points as part of the quote, and I'm going to use that to really analyze and advance my claim. So here's what I said. I said the tipping points are the moments in a student's life when they need a strong support system from their school to help prevent them from viewing themselves as a failure or as school as a waste of time. This also highlights how important it is for teachers to deeply understand and know their students, because what may seem as a small event in their life could be the reason why they start to think about leaving school altogether. So in those two sentences, notice it is two sentences, I am really like taking part of that quote and bringing it all the way back to this idea that the schools are failing to get involved when they see a student struggling academically or socially. Because remember, that is my claim. That is what I'm trying to prove in this paragraph. And then my last sentence is my transition or my tie back. So I use the sentence stem overall, and I just said overall, the challenges students face in the classroom and with their relationships with classmates are major causes to students not finishing their education. So I kind of just repeated my claim, but said it in a new way. That's an easy way to finish a sentence. That's the tie-back version. You can also transition to the effects in this sentence if you wanted to. It's really up to you. Also, you need to notice that this font is size 18, and let me just change it all to Times New Roman because you want your audience to be able to read your work from far away, and you also want it to look like a nice complete paragraph. So that is how you write one of two paragraphs for your problem analysis display board.